And here we go. What's up, everybody? It's the Bat Fan. I'm here. It's Friday. Uh, Wondering everybody enjoyed the game last night. Probably not. It was a snooze fest. The Giants got their asses whipped. Who cares? Got that over. Danny Jones is not worth $40 million a year. So good job, Giants, for overpaying a quarterback. So today's show, I'm going to go over the games. I'm not going to do my picks until tomorrow. I'm going to have a co-host tomorrow. So we'll go over our picks, the games, NFL picks tomorrow. Definitely, I will give you the parlays I'm doing and who I think is going to win. But I'll just go over the games and the situations today. Today, I'm going to go over my college football picks, the games I'm going to do a parlay with, and the game I'm going to bet straight up with, and the games I'm going to definitely be watching. And I'm only going to talk about those games, and then that's going to be the show for the day. I'm going to try to keep it reasonably short. It's Friday. I got things, life goes on. So this NFL weekend, there's a bunch of games. There's a bunch of players out, obviously. It's week 3 in the NFL. Always seems to have some injury bugs going on. The first game on the slate on Sunday is the Colts versus the Ravens. Anthony Richardson, he's still in concussion protocol. Even with him in there, I think it'd be more of an interesting game. The Ravens are in first place. Their division seems to be falling apart, so they seem like they might have an easy ride to the playoffs, but it's still early in the season. Then we have the Titans versus the Browns. I knew that Kareem Hunt was going to get picked up by the Browns. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to trade for Anthony Taylor. No, I mean, Jonathan Taylor. No, they're not. Why would they give up second or third round pick when they have a running back that is very good, that already knows the system? Now it's going to be see how long it takes him to get acclimated into football shape, how many carries he gets. The Titans, they always play good defense. The under might be a big calling for this game. I don't know. I'll tell you, the Broncos versus the Dolphins. The Broncos have to win. It's a must win for this team. I know they don't have the offensive line that Peyton really wants, but they have to win. They have to make it where people want to play. Russ has looked good this year. I know there's a lot of Russell Wilson haters out there, but he's looked good. The defense, surprisingly, has given up last week to the Commanders a lot of points. That defense is stout. They normally don't give up that many points in a game. The Broncos must win. So we're going to see the Dolphins are riding high. They're first place in the division. They're putting up a lot of points. So I think the Dolphins' points go down a little bit this game. The Patriots versus the Jets. It could be a snoozer. It's supposed to be bad weather tomorrow Sunday in Jersey. Tropical storm supposed to be hitting, so they'll probably run the ball 1,000 times. Both teams invested in the running game this off season, so just give them the ball. The Jets might have the best 1-2 tandem in football at running back, but we wouldn't know because they don't run the ball. So we'll find out. The Bills versus the Commanders. I call this the poop pipe stadium. They still haven't fixed the poop pipes in Washington at the Commander Stadium. Magic Johnson really needs to get on that. Needs to, this organization just bought this franchise for billions of dollars. You should have fixed the poop pipes. I mean, you got people coming to the game. Fix the poop pipes. You got millions of dollars. Do it. How long does it take to fix poop pipes? A week? Okay, pay people to come in for a week and fix the fucking pipes, dudes. The next game is the Falcons versus the Lions. I don't believe in the Falcons. I don't care. I know. They're the hot pick. Bijan Robinson. Oh, yeah. Kyle Pitts. Their head coach says cool things. All right. Well, they beat Green Bay last week. Green Bay beat themselves last week. Bad coaching, I thought. So, whatever. Falcons, still not a Falcon fan. Obviously, I am kind of prejudiced against the Falcons because I'm a Bucs fan. So, but whatever, dude. Everybody has their prejudice on some football team, and mine is the Cowboys and NFC South teams. We have the Saints versus the Packers. The Saints, here we go again. Me hating on the NFC South team. They were so overrated at the beginning of the season. People are like, Derek Carr's the best quarterback in the division. Is he? Derek Carr's never been a top 15 quarterback in his NFL career. So, I see if the Saints start off really bad, throwing Jameis in there. Throw Jameis, he's young. I am a Florida State homer, but let the man play. He's just sitting there holding clipboards for probably the 29th best starting quarterback in NFL. 30th, maybe. What do you have to lose? The Texans versus the Jags. 1 o'clock. Stroud looks good. He's progressed. Well, you want to see how your rookie quarterback is. See how he progresses week from week, and he looks better. He looked better last week, even though they got trounced. He did look better than he did week 1. So, see if he can do a step up. He really doesn't have any weapons either, so they're going to have to start building around him. If you really believe in him, don't be like Chicago. Like, let's build around your quarterback. Let's improve on offensive line. Let's improve on wide receiver. Get a good wide receiver, number 1. Maybe a good running back. They do have a good running back. Pearson was good last year, but improve more and more the team, and the quarterback play will get better. The Jags, I guess they're still favorite to win the AFC South. But I don't know. I just look at the organization, and yeah, they were good when they first started off with Tom Coughlin, and how they ran things and how it was a tight ship, and now it's just like Doug Peterson's a good coach. We'll see. I don't know. The Jags just got to show they can do it again this year for me to be a true believer. I was a hater of. I think Lawrence is a good quarterback, but I am a Florida State fan, so I really didn't like him in college. But I knew he's got talent. He just doesn't seem like he seems like kind of effortlessly to me when he's going out and he's like he doesn't look. He reminds me of Eli Manning. Like nothing really rattles him. It's just like, oh shucks, whatever. And it worked for Eli. Like I like a little fire in my quarterback. The Chargers versus the Vikings. I don't understand how this is not a 4 o'clock game. I know both teams haven't won a game, but these are two teams that need to win and have so much talent. I can't believe how much different the Vikings look without Cook. They have no running game. It is pathetic. Like, I guess you should have just. You didn't even have. It's not even like you saved like $2 million by cutting him. Just keep him on the team for this year. They don't have someone to like help them beat up a team, or it just looks. They have to throw the ball 70 times a game. And the Chargers, they're in every game and they just can't win. I feel like that's all. When you consistently lose close games like the Chargers have and the Vikings have, A, you can blame it on A, coaching, or B, quarterback decision. All right, the Vikings might blame it on quarterback decisions, even though their quarterback isn't the one blocking and getting him sacked, and he's not the one. Well, he does have fumbles, but he's not the one with the turnovers. He does have a couple turnovers, but the majority of the turnovers are coming from other people on the team. Not his fault. So you're losing close games. You got to win that turnover battle. And the Chargers, I blame it on coaching. Just bad coaching decisions throughout the game, bad time management, bad management period of your players. The Chargers are built to win. Why aren't they winning? They have all the weapons on offense. They have all the weapons on defense. They're just not winning. This should be a 4 o'clock game. I would be all over the TV. I wouldn't even have Red Zone on. I would just watch this game. but whatever. The Panthers versus the Seahawks. Young is out. Andy Dalton's in. This has blowout written all over it. That's in my. Oh wait, yeah, that's definitely blowout all over it. And I'm wrong. The Chargers and the Vikings are a 4 o'clock game. Sorry, had to check. Yep, they are a 4 o'clock game. Oops, sorry, my bad. Misinformation. So the Panthers, their starting quarterback, he's out. Young, their first round, the number 1 overall draft pick, which, thank you. Because like I said, I'm a Bucs fan. Rather see him than Stroud twice a year. I'd rather see him than Anthony Richardson twice a year. The Seahawks, they lost week 1 to the Rams. But they looked better last week. Like I said, the Seahawks, when they lost week 1, I wasn't worried about them. They're good coached. They're young and talented, but they have vets in the right position. So the Seahawks will always be a chance to win. They always have a chance to win. Now, will they? No, of course not. Will they be in every game? Maybe not, because sometimes teams get blown out. Good teams get blown out. So I think this game does have blowout potential. Dalton going to Seattle, the 12th man, the loudness, that defense is good. No. Then we have the Cowboys versus the Cardinals. Diggs is out, the cornerback for the Cowboys. That's this guy leads the NFL in interceptions for the last few years. Also, he leads the NFL in most 20-yard games given up. You live with it. He's like, Antonio Cromartie. Antonio Cromartie, when he played football, he got a lot of interceptions because he jumped routes. That he's a playmaker. But I don't understand why the NFL made this on the 4 o'clock slate. Again, the Cowboys, 4 o'clock slate versus the Cardinals. Nobody's going to want to watch that game except for Cowboy fans. It's not like everybody knows what the game's going to be, too. It should be a blowout. But who knows? Don't know. It's the NFL. The Bears versus Kansas City. Chicago Bears organization is on fire right now. The FBI went to their defensive coordinator that just resigns house this week. Don't know what it is. I'm not going to allege anything. We just got to understand that can't be good for an organization. And then the press getting on Justin Fields for the things he said, trying to make sound bites. When you watch the Bears, the only thing good about the Bears is Justin Fields. They have DJ Moore. Their offensive line sucks. Their defense is not good. The best thing they got going is Justin Fields. And they might get the number 1 overall draft pick. So they might actually get like a very talented person. The best talented person in the draft. And maybe next year, who knows? Or they'll trade it and get more draft picks. But the Bear organization, it's on fire. I just don't understand. Like in the last 10 years, they can't. Their quarterback play is it's just the coaching is so bad. The coaching is so bad, and the Bears used to be good every year. It used to be like organizations like the Bears, the Giants, San Francisco, the Eagles. Like, these organizations were always good. They were always in title contention. I mean, the obviously the Brady era and the Patriots. But some of these organizations, it seemed like they lost touch with how to build a good team. I don't know. We'll see. The Bears really need to fix them. The Steelers go to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. That is the Sunday night game. That's definitely going to be in my picks this week. I'll let you know who I'm favoring. The Steelers can get back on track for race for first place in their division with a win. I mean, that first week the Steelers look bad. Second week, did their offense look good? At times, but it mostly looked bad. And like I keep telling everybody, they are calling for Canada's head in Pennsylvania. I live here. I know they can't stand him. It's like I don't know if people from PA are rooting for Canada to do bad and still want the Steelers to win, obviously. Or they don't even care if they lose as long as Canada gets fired. That's how like weird it is going on. We got the Eagles versus Bucks. I might not even watch this game. I'm a Bucks fan. I might not even pay no attention. I will probably be watching the Rams versus the Bengals because I don't like watching this could be blowout all over it. I know the hype train for the Bucks. They're 2-0. Oh, they have weapons. I know. It's nice. It's nice to live in fantasy land for 2 weeks. The Bucks can come screeching into reality. That's the 7:15 Monday night game, and then the 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock Monday night game is the Rams versus the Bengals. The Bengals they're in a must-win situation. The footage of Joe Burrow walking does not look good. But, he's a dog. He's gonna play. He's an Ohio fuck. They just breed a certain type of person in Ohio that it's not breeded all over this country. They're tough people. So that's a definitely must-win situation. They go 0-3. Their season it's going to be very hard to win the division. Then they're on the road every game. If they do make the playoffs, they don't win the division. They're wild card. They're on the road every game in the playoffs. Hard road to a championship, right? Going to KC, if Buffalo wins the division, Buffalo, going to Miami. It's a tough road, but we'll see. Going to Baltimore, that means they would have to go to Baltimore twice in 1 year. Very hard. Very hard when you're the wild card to make it to the Super Bowl. That's why people like winning their division. That's why people like having that first week bye. Less football away from home is better than more football. College football games this weekend. I'm excited for all the college games this weekend. I was watching the Pat McAfee show today, and it was getting a little nostalgic for me. I remember my grandfather. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but my grandfather was a huge Notre Dame fan, and there were some parts of it that it got me a little, you just remember when you're a kid and you're watching NBC NBC on Saturday, and they got Notre Dame on, and they were always in Notre Dame. And I remember when they used to have priests come on, and I haven't seen that site on Notre Dame's campus in a long time. So that was a good thing, and to hear the Irish crowd. Like, college football is better with Notre Dame good. Even though I'm not a Notre Dame fan, it is better. More eyes, more suits, watch the game than normal. It's a big game, Ohio State versus Notre Dame. This is my standalone game, and you don't have to follow me. I'm picking with my heart here. Notre Dame is an underdog by 3. I think Notre Dame is going to smash Ohio State. I just feel it in my heart, and I just think the Fighting Irish got it. I hope they do. That's what I'm just thinking with my heart. That's my standalone. I'm not putting in a parlay. I'm just gonna put some money on it. I think it's like plus 190 Notre Dame. I'm taking the money line. I'm not taking the -3. I'm not taking the +3 for Notre Dame. I'm taking the money line plus 190. I already put my money on it. I hope they win for my popper. God bless him. And then the other games, it's big game weekend. We have Florida State versus Clemson. We have Ole Miss versus Alabama. And we have UNC versus Pitt. Now, this is my parlay I picked. I took Florida State -1.5 because that was the money line at the time. Apparently, it's gone up. I've took Ole Miss +7, and I took UNC versus Pitt -6.5. Ole Miss versus Alabama. I just don't believe in Alabama. I think Ole Miss, if Ole Miss doesn't win, they keep it close. UNC versus Pitt. Pitt lost to West Virginia. So, that's it. You know, West Virginia's not a good team, so, you know. But UNC should cover that 6.5 easily. Florida State, Clemson, like I said, Florida State is going to be in the college football playoffs this year. They have the team. Yeah, they had a bump in the road last. I think they rested a lot of players. They said there was a lot of injuries. Players weren't playing. It was the red ribbon game for Boston College, and if you don't know what that is, that's a Boston College person died in 9/11, and they dedicate this game every year to him. So they played extra hard, and with Florida State resting off, I mean, they had injury on their offensive line, defensive line. Yeah. They were looking ahead. They got caught looking ahead, and then when they started blowing, I think it was like 31-10. They stopped really like the throttle on their offense, and it was just the whole storm of things, bad weather. Yeah, you know. Florida State should have easily ran over Boston College. They're going to beat Clemson because they are like LSU. They have the blinders on. This is all they're eating, sleeping, thinking, drinking. Anything about right now in Florida State is beat Clemson. We beat Clemson, and it's off to the races. It is natty, and I'm talking about. It's more recognition for all these players. You know, Travis. He'll get his just due. People will really start talking about him for the Heisman. I mean, they are, but it's a little low right now. You know, Wilson, can he be a number one wide receiver? Can he be a first round draft pick? Defensive play. This game is so much larger for Florida State than it is Clemson. Florida State needs this win. They know they need this win because they've been Clemson's little brother for years now. Now it's time for Florida State to take back their throne of ACC dominance. And like I said, the Ole Miss, Alabama don't even have a quarterback. I mean, let's be serious. This is bad for Nick Saban. I mean, they won last week, but it's just bad. So, these are my picks. The 3-game parlay. Florida State -1.5. Ole Miss +7. And we have UNC over Pitt for 6.5. These are my picks for my Saturday football slate, and I told you my standalone pick is Notre Dame upsets Ohio State. You heard it here first. Let's fucking go. Bat fan out.